semester 4 dan semester 6 ya, yang sangat beruntung karena hari ini kita bisa bertemu dengan Ibu Ika, TYL expert ya, yang masih berkenan hadir di forum kita di PBI UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. Salam panas, bukan salam hangat ya, salam panas, salam dikirimkan dari Pangandaran to all of you guys in this Zoom room ya. Kebetulan Bu Ika kita sedang ada rakor di Pangandaran, jadi sebagian besar dosen kemungkinan tidak menghadiri gitu ya. Juga salam hangat kita kirimkan untuk Ibu Ika, moderator tercinta, dan kawan-kawan semua yang hadir di kesempatan kali ini. Thank you for joining our first practicum ya di program Prodi 2023, dan praktikum pertama ini adalah praktikum di IYL. Bahagia sekali melihat ada sekian ratus mahasiswa yang bisa bergabung di pagi hari ini. Memang daya tarik Ibu Dahlia ini luar biasa ya, bisa menyedot hingga ratusan mahasiswa hadir di forum ini. Dan kita Prodi sangat bahagia dan berbangga karena hari ini kita bisa mendapatkan satu sesi penting ya bersama Ibu Ika. Mudah-mudahan teman-teman bisa memanfaatkan kesempatan ini untuk belajar ya. Thank you again to Ibu Ika for coming to our forum. Bu Ika, ada beberapa poin yang penting kita sampaikan. Ada yang pertama, the distinct point in our current curriculum di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris UIN Bandung adalah concern kita yang lumayan banyak ya di kurikulum baru ini terhadap English for Young Learners ya. Kita memiliki beberapa mata kuliah ya Bu ya, hampir di beberapa semester itu muncul, mulai dari pengenalan konsep IYL, kemudian ada material design ya kalau tidak salah, betul. Dan juga sampai kepada assessment ya. Prodi sungguh berharap bahwa kita bisa menggali lebih banyak riset di area ini gitu ya, yang bisa dieksplor oleh teman-teman mahasiswa semester 6 khususnya. Juga kita berharap bahwa ke depan akan lebih banyak kolaborasi terkait training di TYL dan juga research yang bisa melibatkan banyak expert ya dari luar UIN, seperti Ibu Ika salah satunya, atau kita bisa mendapat kesempatan bergabung dengan Peltin ya, yang juga digawangi oleh Ibu Ika sebagai asosiasi ya, supaya IYL di kita di PBI UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung juga bisa berkembang dengan cukup pesat ya. Jadi ini Bu Dahlia, mungkin arah kita besok kita akan mulai sedikit-sedikit menggeser riset, mungkin lebih banyak juga sekian porsi diberikan untuk riset di IYL. Berharap bahwa teman-teman semua akan menikmati learning session with Ibu Ika this afternoon, yang this morning, yang juga akan ditemani oleh Ibu Dahlia, dan silakan dimanfaatkan waktunya, kesempatan ditanyakan hal-hal yang mungkin teman-teman muncul nanti ketika Bu Ika menyampaikan paparan materi ya. Mungkin itu saja, mohon maaf bila ada hal-hal yang kurang berkenan di pagi hari ini. Mohon maaf juga ada hal-hal teknis ya yang seharusnya tidak terjadi ya Bu Dahlia ya. Semoga kegiatan hari ini berjalan lancar. Mohon maaf dari saya pribadi bila ada kata-kata yang salah, tapi sepertinya sebagai perempuan kita mah tidak pernah salah, perempuan selalu benar gitu ya. Enjoy the learning session with Ibu Ika. Thank you again Bu Ika, hatur nuhun. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dikembalikan ke Ibu Dahlia, silakan.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih banyak Ibu Kaprodi atas pengantarnya. Oh betul, perempuan tidak pernah salah. Jika perempuan salah, ingat lagi kalimat pertama. Mohon maaf kepada para mahasiswa laki-laki yang ada di sini, it's just a joke. Baik, judul dari sesi kita dengan Ibu Ika pada pagi hari ini adalah Yes I Can, Differentiated Instructions for EFL Children's Emancipated Learning. Judulnya jujur membuat saya bertanya-tanya, penasaran gitu ya, akan seperti apa sih pemaparan Bu Ika pada pagi hari ini. Tapi yang jelas saya 100% yakin bahwa rekan-rekan mahasiswa semester 4 dan semester 6 bisa mengambil manfaat dan mudah-mudahan bisa terkenang-kenang terus sampai seterusnya nanti menjadi guru, baik itu guru English for Young Learners maupun guru bahasa Inggris di level yang lainnya. Sebelum kita lanjut ke Bu Ika, izinkan saya untuk membacakan sedikit curriculum vitae dari beliau. Nama lengkap beliau adalah Ika Lestari Damayanti, SPD, MA, PhD. Beliau merupakan dosen di Prodi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia. Saat ini tinggal di Komplek Bumi Asri Bandung. Berarti sudah berapa tahun ya Bu ya? Dari zaman saya kuliah.
Sudah lama banget dari 2007 ya.
2007 ya. Iya. Kami dulu bertetangga kompleks.
Melong ya?
Ya, di Melong, betul. Kemudian beliau merupakan lulusan S1-nya dari PBI UPI, kemudian melanjutkan master's degree-nya di Warwick, Inggris. Jurusannya adalah English Language Teaching for Young Learners, ya, very specific. That's why she's the right person to be here with us this morning. Dan kemudian beliau pada tahun 2020 baru saja menyelesaikan doctoral degree-nya dari University of Wollongong, Australia, pada jurusan English Language Teaching and Literacy. FYI, Ibu Ika ini pakar storytelling, guys. Jadi kalau mau belajar storytelling yang seru, bisa sama Ibu Ika. Dan banyak sekali peran yang pernah diambil oleh Ibu Ika dalam dunia pendidikan. Beberapa yang terbaru adalah sebagai pengajar TOEFL dan IELTS di Balai Bahasa UPI. Kemudian beliau juga anggota tim pengembang kurikulum program pendidikan, program profesi guru prajabatan di Direktorat Jenderal Guru dan Tenaga Kependidikan Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan, Riset dan Teknologi, dan banyak sekali juga penelitian-penelitian yang sudah beliau lakukan. Saya sampai bingung mau baca yang mana karena banyak sekali. Kita ambil beberapa yang ini saja ya, beberapa yang recent. Salah satu diantaranya adalah pengembangan instrumen assessment profisiensi guru bahasa Inggris pendidikan dasar di tahun 2022, kemudian ada juga penguatan literasi multimodal siswa melalui eksplorasi teks digital dalam pembelajaran bahasa Inggris juga di tahun 2022. Lalu di tahun 2019 ini ada reflective storytelling, inovasi peningkatan kompetensi pedagogik guru bahasa Inggris di Bandung Utara. Dan masih banyak lagi. Beliau juga berpengalaman banyak sebagai keynote speaker, plenary speaker di berbagai konferensi dan seminar internasional. Beberapa yang terbaru adalah sebagai keynote speaker di The Second International Language Education Conference dan menyajikan pemaparan berjudul Envisioning EFL Professional Learning Programs Post COVID-19, Embracing Diversity and Creativity. Terus juga banyak. Nah, peran terbarunya beliau adalah saat ini beliau merupakan, sebutannya apa ya Bu ya? Presiden ya Bu ya? Presiden dari PELTIN. PELTIN ini Asosiasi Guru Bahasa Inggris untuk Anak-anak. Jadi kalau nanti teman-teman tertarik untuk mendalami EYL, ingin menjadi guru bahasa Inggris untuk anak-anak, mari kita bergabung dengan asosiasi ini. Masih baru banget, baru 2 bulan. 2 bulan ada nggak sih Bu?
Ada 2 bulan sebelum puasa banget kan ya?
Iya betul, sebelum puasa. Saya sempat bergabung juga dalam FGD untuk pendiriannya dan itu seru sekali bisa berkumpul dengan banyak sekali dosen EYL di Prodi PBI seluruh Indonesia. Banyak dosen senior yang saya baru kenal juga tapi insya Allah akan belajar banyak sekali dari beliau-beliau. Dan Ibu Ika inilah sebagai motornya begitu. Baik, without further ado, banyak sekali baca CV doang sampai 5 menit lebih. Kita langsung saja menyambut narasumber kita pada pagi hari ini. Ibu Ika, the screen is yours.
Ya, alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for your generous introduction ya, Bu Dahlia. Oke, teman-teman semua diharapkan nanti kita bisa berkolaborasi ya di bawah Peltin, bergabung dengan Peltin, supaya bisa juga ketemu dengan teman-teman mahasiswa PBI lainnya yang memang tertarik dengan English for Young Learners. Insya Allah akan ada grand launching bulan Juli, Bu Dahlia. Nanti kita Peltin Chapters akan bertemu lagi, insya Allah ya, dalam waktu dekat. Baik, for today's session, I'd be happy to share with you a buzzword that is used in kurikulum merdeka or emancipated curriculum. Ada yang bilang independent curriculum, ada macam-macam ya. Tapi di beberapa dokumen yang resmi disebutkan emancipated learning, merdeka belajar. So I will use that one. Dan sebetulnya banyak yang bertanya-tanya differentiated instruction, seperti apa pembelajaran berdiferensiasi. So many people ask, if I have 40 students in my class, do I have to have 40 different lesson plan or not? Yeah, it will be crazy if we have to do that. Jadi sebetulnya seperti apa sih differentiated instruction itu? That's what I'm going to share with you a bit, and I give you example of how it looks like in a mini lesson. Okay, let me share this screen with you. Okay.
Meskipun mereka tiap circle topiknya sama, ngebahas game. Kumpul di kantin, kumpul di kelas, di pojok pojokan.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's clear.
Do you see my slide or any other things coming up?
No, it's the slide. We see the title there.
Yeah. Okay, so for today's session, hopefully that you all can identify children's different abilities, and then you can also explain the sequence of lesson activities, accommodating different abilities, and analyze the use of different learning modalities. Wah, banyak banget ada different abilities, modalities, so many is. Let's just have a look what those words mean, yeah? Before we move on, I would like you to go to this link. Yep, I'm going to share that in the chat box, the link. Yep, thank you, Ibu Sri is helping me here. So I want you just to choose one statement that describe you best, what I'm really good at. Yeah. And Ibu Sri, perhaps you can also share the link. Can you go to the link? Can you access the link? Everyone, please give me your thumbs up if you can go to the link. Good. Just choose one, yeah? Okay.
It says this type form is now closed, Bu.
Pardon?
Uh,
Is it
when
closed now?
when I click submit, the pop-up says this type form is now closed.
Okay. Yeah, because Ibu Sri, can you help me?
So I don't think our responses are recorded.
Yes, because it's too quick, yeah, probably. Okay, that's all right. So if you can you just still remember the statement? We'll share it again with you. Yeah. Can you just type A, B, C, D, E, or F, G, H in the chat box? A, G, F. Okay, we have different kinds of, right. Yeah, but so that with the technology sometimes we have troubles, but that's okay. We always have alternatives. Oh yeah, look at that. Most people, 30% like I like to play video games. Okay, so we've got 10 responses recorded, but this is too quick, but that's okay. We can see the pattern. Yes, and we have so many different answers in chat box, yeah? Okay. Nice. Thank you. Now let me go back to my slide, yeah? Okay, and then you keep coming, you keep dropping your choice in the chat box, yeah? Nah. So what does it mean actually when you choose A, B, C, or D? Can anyone guess? Perhaps you can raise your hand and then tell me a bit. What does it mean? Hafiz, thank you for turning on your camera. So I'd like to know you more. Perhaps you can you can share your thought, Pak. Kok Bapak sih ya? Hafiz.
Hafiz is our fourth semester student.
Yes, Hafiz. Go ahead. You may turn on your microphone and tell me what you think.
Okay, thank you for the chance. I prefer that. Wait, I prefer that. I would rather work alone than as part of a group because this is my learning style. I can do more extensive study and learning within my own. I learn in my own.
Yeah.
Just
So yeah,
like
so
that.
you feel more comfortable working by yourself rather than in a group, yeah, because you think that you can learn
Yes.
better, you can concentrate more. Good.
Yes.
Thank you, Hafiz. Yeah. So somehow it can reflect your, let's say, intelligence or ability. This is only one statement. Actually, there are many indicators that can show you, but we're not going to do this kind of test in this session. Yeah, we just don't have enough time. But to see that there are different options, different choices that you put in the chat box, it shows that actually we have different strengths. Yeah, because I ask you to state only one statement describes you best. Like Hafiz is more, Hafiz is stronger in terms of intrapersonal intelligence because he likes working by himself. And I can see there are some people who like playing video games more. Can you guess what kind of intelligence represent that behavior? You may type in the chat box, everyone, if you can guess. I like to play video games. What kind of intelligence is being reflected there? Can anyone just guess? whether that person strong in visual, linguistic, interpersonal. Okay, Dewi, thank you for contributing. Yes, it's more on visual. I guess it most come from how to pronounce some words, a strategy. Yeah. So I believe because you are in semester 4, you are not really sure what you need to say in the chat box, yeah, because it has to do with multiple intelligences. But that's okay. This is not a test, just to give you some context or examples that actually as a person, we have different kind of intelligence. It's not that somebody is not smart, but smart in certain ways, in certain aspects, yeah, because obviously we cannot be smart in anything, in everything, but we can have some strength in some areas, yeah. And as tadi siapa Hafiz, ya, Hafiz mentioned earlier, he works better when he works alone. And some people are strong in terms of their spatial intelligence. So when they are strong in visual or spatial, usually they can read maps. Ada nggak yang suka bingung kalau lihat Google Maps, terus ini kemana, kalau udah jelas? Nah, itu mungkin kalau agak-agak bingung, you are not really strong in spatial aspect, ya. Tapi biasanya driver itu juga along the way, they can improve their intelligence in terms of spatial, ya. So, yeah. Nah, who proposed or the proponent of multiple intelligence is Howard Gardner. So basically, when we say someone is smart, we can be more specific in what aspect, in what area. So there are some intelligences that we can identify so far, yeah. Intrapersonal, tadi yang Hafiz, ya, and then spatial, that includes, or visual, that includes those people who are really good at playing video game. Naturalist is someone who is enjoying being outdoor, and then they can identify different kind of trees, animals very easily. Or musical, yeah, they know if someone is singing out of tune, or that person is really good in playing some musical instruments, or really good at singing. Usually those people are really strong in terms of musical intelligence. And then logical, mathematical, if you can sum some numbers very easily in your head. For me, I'm not strong in that one. I always need calculator, even to do simple math. And then existential, something more philosophical, asking lots of questions. And then interpersonal, usually people who are extrovert, really love meeting new people. So are you that kind of person? You are working better if you work in a team. Maybe Hafiz is not that kind of type, but it doesn't mean that you are not good working in team. It's just you have some strength, but actually as human being, we can always adapt, yeah. And then bodily kinesthetic is when you really like doing physical activities, yeah. Usually in the classroom, if someone is yawning a lot, ini karena saya nggak bisa lihat, ya, because many of you are hiding behind your camera, but some people might be fidgeting, you know, gerak-gerak di belakang kamera itu nggak duduk still. Dewi Nurhasana, I think you quite calm, yeah, in front of your camera. But some others, including me, actually, I cannot sit quietly for a long time because I really like, I don't know, doing things, moving. Or you sometimes play your pen, yeah. It's because that kind of person has some energy that needs to be released, yeah. So with those students, sometimes you might see them as troublemaker, but it's not that, because they have this energy. So when they have to listen to you talking all the time, more than 15 minutes, they will start losing concentration. Even actually for most of us, we will start losing our concentration after 15 minutes. You can listen to someone's lecture, because you are adult, so you can control yourself. But with the kids, if they are not happy with it, they will just run around in the classroom. And that's when some teachers judge that those students are the troublemakers, but no, actually not. Yeah, we just need to know that students better, what kind of abilities or intelligence that they are strong at. Yeah. And then linguistics. So linguistic, probably I'm quite strong in terms of this area because I really love telling stories, reading points, for example, like that, but not so many people like doing that. Yeah. So I hope that if you would like to know more, you can go to that link to learn more about multiple intelligences, or you can read some journal articles and search the name Howard Gardner. Yeah. There are also other concepts related to differentiated learning, because in differentiated learning, we believe that children or students have different kind of abilities. And also they can work better using different learning modalities. Some students are visual learners, so they can learn better through watching demonstration. Some of you might find it helpful to see my slide here. Yeah, you see it and then maybe you capture it. But some others, because I don't know, maybe you those who are hiding behind the camera, maybe you don't look at my screen, I don't know, but you just try to listen to me. So it means that you are a kind of auditory learners. I'm not going to be mad with my students in the class with young children if they don't really look at me. Sometimes they are busy with their blogs, yeah, in the classroom. But when I ask them to repeat the story that I told them, they can say the main things. It's because what matters to them is my intonation, the way I say it, my articulation. So auditory learners listen more, even though sometimes we think that, why don't you pay attention? So paying attention is not only about making eye contact with the kids, yeah. Even though in some cases, we also need to train them to make eye contact when we communicate, because that's also important in communication. And then we also have kinesthetic learners. So those students who are fidgety a lot, they move a lot, they play with their pens. Actually, they can learn better when they move around. They use physical, they can learn better through physical activities. Doing role play, yeah. They cannot just be asked to sit quietly all the time for 80 minutes or 40 minutes in one lesson. It will be chaotic for them. It will be a torture for them. That's when they make troubles. Yeah, and tactile learners, it's more meticulous. They like doing maybe crafting, yeah. We can see when they play with their pens a lot. So they like to use their fingers. But for the learning modalities, actually the famous one, we call that as VAK, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, because the tactile can be put together with kinesthetic. So we have this background. Now we know that children have different abilities, different kind of smartness, and how they can learn better. And that take us to differentiated instruction. So what does it mean for learning when we know that children have different abilities? So differentiated instruction is the way in which a teacher anticipates and responds to a variety of students' needs and characteristics and strengths and intelligences in the classroom. So we know that they are different in terms of intelligences or talent, but they are different in terms of socioeconomic background. So actually there are so many variables that we need to take into account. But what we need to be aware of as teacher is that they are different, they are unique. But it doesn't mean again, wah jadi berat dong kalau jadi guru nih ya, 40 siswa berarti harus 40 different learning style that I have to accommodate. It's not like that. It will be crazy. Yeah, it will be chaotic for us. Mungkin nggak ada yang sanggup jadi guru kalau gitu ya. It's just we need to be more aware. So what do we need to do? As teachers, we can differentiate the content, process, or product. So what is meant by teachers can differentiate the content? If, for example, we know the content means that it does not mean that we have to provide the students with different kind of content. If we teach about numbers, for example, we can give the same material to all students, but what we need to provide differently is the scaffolding, the type of scaffolding that we can give to our students. For fast learners, for example, they can use numbers from 1 to 10, let's say, very easily. But some other kids, they can only use 1 to 5. To help them use more numbers, perhaps we need to give them more support. But sometimes, for fast learners, they can also complete the task very quickly. We can give them more exercises, let's say, just to keep them busy so that they won't disturb other students while we are helping those students who are weak. Yeah. So that's in the process one. In terms of the product is that where we can give students option what kind of products that they can hand out. For example, if they are strong in terms of linguistic, we can record their voice. They can tell us orally. But if you think that they are strong in visual, so that you can ask them to respond to a story that we have by drawing. It depends on the learning objectives. If we want to check our students' comprehension, listening comprehension, let's say, so the product that we ask can be students' oral responses if we know that they are strong in terms of linguistics. Or visual, we can ask them to draw something to respond to the story that we tell them. Basically, we can provide options. So it's not like in the previous, maybe in the previous context. So what Curriculum Merdeka expects you to do now is that as teacher, we can give more options to our students. Yang Merdeka Belajar tadi, that students have options. Jadi tidak selalu ada one single answer atau one single assessment tool for our students. Yeah, so that's the key. So we can differentiate the content of our lesson, and then the process, type of scaffolding that we can provide, the amount of scaffolding, and then the product. So how we can differentiate those? It should be based on the student's readiness, interest, and learning profile. We can do pre-assessment. Actually, in the classroom, we can tell, kalau tadi ya, salah satu indikatornya yang tadi banyak gerak-gerak, gitu, terus nguap-nguap, dia pasti ada kemungkinan kinestetik. Ya, jadi dia memang senang yang physical activities. Seperti itu. Nah, tapi tadi kalau semua, and then we have to make 20 or 25 different lesson plan, then it will be hard, right? So what we need to do is that we try to accommodate different kind of learning activities through different kind of learning modalities. So we have to make sure when we design our lesson, we always have combination of activities that can accommodate students' learning styles who can benefit more from using visual or using audio or using physical activities. Yeah. So how does it look like in a mini lesson? That's what I'm going to share with you, yeah, in a minute. Okay. Now, I'm going to invite you to sing this song. I'm going to play this video. I would like you to sing along. If you like, everybody, please turn on your camera and then show me your fingers. Yeah, you don't have to show your face if you don't like it, but it's very important for me to see your fingers. Please turn on your camera. Ibu Sri, perhaps you can help me to share the videos and then play it. Okay, everybody, show me your fingers. Okay, while we are waiting for the song to be ready, can you count with me? You can mouth behind your camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh, maybe Busri has trouble in playing the... Okay, let me share it with you. Abang premium banyak iklan kan? We have to wait for the ad. Okay, skip. Can you hear it? Udah lihat? Can you hear the...
No, we cannot.
Maybe I have to share it with the audio, yeah.
Yeah.
I go back.
Share the audio.
One little, two little, three little fingers, four little, five little, six little fingers, seven little, eight little, nine little fingers, 10 fingers on my hand. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little fingers, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little fingers, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little fingers, 1 finger on my hand. One little, two little, three little fingers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 fingers on my hand. 10 little, 9 little, 8 little fingers, 7 little, 6 little, 5 little fingers, 4 little, 3 little, 2 little fingers, 1 finger on my hand.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So, is it difficult to follow or is it easy? Please give me a thumbs up if it is easy to follow. Good. Do you want to try to sing it along? You want to sing the song together? Okay, let's make a chaotic Zoom meeting for a bit. Yeah, you may turn on your microphone, and it's okay if we're not going to evaluate your beautiful voice or not. Just try it out. Okay, let's do it together. Everybody, turn on your microphone. I know it will be chaotic, but that's okay. All right, yeah. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. One little, two
little, three little fingers,
Four little, 5
5
little,
little
6
6
little fingers, 7 little,
8 little, 9 little
little
fingers,
fingers, 10 fingers on my hand.
Backward is a bit hard. 9
9 little,
8
8 little, 7 little fingers, 6 little, 5 little, 4 little fingers, 3 little, 1 little fingers,
1 finger on
on
my
my
hand.
Astagfirullah.
Yeah, astagfirullah. Yeah. So for students who are strong in linguistic, when you do backward counting, it would be easy, right? But it's a bit hard for me, like, okay, after 10 and then 9, and then what's next, 7 or 8? It's a bit confusing. So even though, for example, we have got resources, wonderful resources in YouTube, we have to think again, we should adapt. Do I need to play all, or I can just stop with 10 fingers on my hand? So it depends on your students. If it is easier for the beginner one, I think you just go with 10. Do not need to do backward. But for example, you have some students who are strong in math, and then they think they would like to do more, because they usually, some students will get bored if they think that the lesson is not relevant or too easy or too difficult for them. Just like what I said, when we do differentiated instruction, we can give more tasks to those students who are strong in math by saying, okay, sing the song, but backwards this time. And then you can help other kids who are a bit struggling with numbers, and then to make them count from 1 to 10. Yeah. Is it clear about making it different from using one content? I hope it's clear, yeah? So it depends on your student's strength. You can use just the counting or the backward or the countdown, backward counting, right? Okay, let me. Now I have a story to tell with you. So in this story, Timmy goes shopping. Yeah. So that's Timmy. And can you tell me, please put in the chat box what Timmy has with him? What's this? What do you call this? Oh. Yeah,
A basket.
Basket, yes. Good job. Thank you. That's basket. So when Timmy goes shopping, he usually brings a basket. Nggak plastic bag ya, because it's not environmental friendly. Yeah, always bring your basket with you. Okay. So Timmy actually has a shopping list from his mom. Can you guess what he will buy? What will I buy? Timmy says. Do you know what shop is this?
Fruit shop.
What shop? Fruit,
Fruit
yes.
and vegetable shop kan?
Yes, fruit shop. And this is the shop that sells meat and sausages.
Meat shop, butcher shop.
Butcher, yes. Butcher shop. And then bread here.
Bread shop.
Baker. Yeah, bread
Bakery.
shop. A bakery to the baker shop. And this one?
Seafood shop.
Seafood.
Seafood, yeah, or a fish. Fish shop or seafood, yeah. Yeah, we call it fish shop. So can you guess what will Timmy buy? Will Timmy buy apples? Okay, everybody say with me, apples.
Apples.
Apple.
Good.
Apple.
Sausages.
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 Bread.
Bread.
Ada satu, a loaf of bread. Say with me, a loaf of bread.
A loaf
of bread.
2 loaves of bread.
2 loaves
Loaves of bread.
This one?
fish.
Fish.
Can you guess? Now, I want you to guess what Timmy will buy. So you have to go to quizzes, yeah? And the link, the chat. Can you access the link to quizzes? Please give me your thumbs up.
I can, miss.
Good job, Hanun. You can access the link. Okay, we have so many people already in the quizzes. Well done. Okay, we have 88 people, 94 now participating. Keep going. Because we have 250 participants here, I expect to have at least half of you. Okay, I will stop quizzes after we reach, yes, more than half people participating or when the time's up, yeah? We have 118 people participating. Keep going. Okay, I expect to have 5 more people. Okay, 120, 121, 22. Okay, now we have 125 people participating. Okay, let's just stop the game for the quiz. Let's see the result, yeah? Okay. It takes a while. Loading, loading, loading. Can you guess what I should do? Answer your mom. Okay. Go to your mother because yes, because your mother calls you, yeah? And then yes. Next. Good, thank you for the answer. Yeah, you should respond to your mother and go. Yeah. Fruits, vegetable, fruits, apples, sausages. I should buy meat, bread, buy some fruits, buy anything you need. Yeah, you need to be more specific. Anything you want. What is it? Fruits and vegetable. Oh, vegetable, bread, fish, and meat, Maria. All of them. Good. Now, okay, let's see. Let's see what the story tells you. Yeah, you need to check whether your prediction is correct. Is it only fruits, or with vegetables, or with bread, or not? Okay. Right, now, this is the shopping list that Timmy's mom has. 2 loaves of bread, 12 sausages, 5 apples, and 6 fat meats. Okay, I want you to repeat after me, yeah? 2 loaves of bread.
2 loaves,
Yeah,
2 loaves of bread,
12 sausages,
12
12
sausages,
sausages,
5
5
apples,
sausages,
5
5
apples,
for
6 fat fish.
6 fat
6 fat
fish.
fish.
Species.
Good.
6 fat fish.
So that's the shopping list, yeah? First, Timmy went to the baker shop to buy what?
2 loaves of
2 loaves of
Two
bread.
loaves of bread.
Bread. Good. Then Timmy went to the butcher.
Butcher.
shop.
Yeah, to buy
12 sausages.
12 sausages.
12 sausages. Can you guess where Timmy went next?
Buy apple, fruit shop.
By apple, to the fruit shop or to the fish shop? Fruit shop?
Fruit shop.
Yeah. Right. Dova, can you tell the story with me? Say, Timmy went to the fruit shop and bought 5
Timmy
apples.
went to the fruit shop and bought
5 apples.
five
Five.
apples.
Good. Now, can you guess the last one? The last one is fish shop.
Fish.
Now, please raise your hand. Who would like to tell the story for us? Next. Muhammad Fikri. Can you turn on your microphone? Yes.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Timmy.
Okay, so Timmy
went
went to fish shop to buy 6 fishes.
Okay, so Timmy went to the fish shop and bought 6 fat fish.
Fat fish.
Yes. Okay, everybody, can you follow me? Can you repeat after me? Timmy went to fish shop and bought 6 fat fish.
Timmy
Timmy
went
went
to
to the
the
fish
shop
shop
and
and buy
bought
6 fat fish.
Yes, and bought. Yeah.
Bought.
Everybody say bought. Bought. Okay. One more time. Yeah. Timmy went to the fish shop and bought 6 fat fish. Okay, everybody.
Timmy went to the fish shop and bought 6 fat fish.
Well done. So now you have said it correctly. Yeah. Timmy went to the fish shop and bought 6 fat fish. All right. So now I would like you to help Timmy put things in his basket. Can you go to this link in the chat box? Yeah. All right. I hope you still remember what Timmy bought. Yeah, Timmy went to the baker's first, and then to the butcher's, to the fruit shop, and to the fish shop. Can you do it? Can you access the link?
Yes,
Give me a
we
thumbs
can.
up. Good. So you need to match the items with the shop. The items. If you're done, give me your thumbs up reaction. Okay, well done, Mariam. Dini, yes, well done, good job. You have finished. Let's wait for others to complete the task. Fikri, have you finished? Good, thank you. Yes, give me your thumbs up reaction, everyone, if you have finished. Okay, okay, we have more students finishing the task. Right. Okay, so first, let's go to the bakery shop. This, yeah. How many loaves of bread that Timmy bought in the baker shop?
2.
Let's put it 2. Yes. So not 1, but 2 loaves. Next is to what shop? Do you still remember?
Butcher.
The butcher. Where's the butcher? Why cannot find it? This one, right? How many sausages did Timmy? 12. Everybody say 12 sausages.
12
sausages.
Is it 12? 1, 2, 3. No, that's not 12. Is that 12? No. How many sausages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you
11.
count?
11.
Yeah.
11.
So it's not. We want 12 for this one. Oh. Yes, good job. What's next? Next shop. What's the next shop?
Fruit.
Fruit. How many apples?
5.
5.
5. Is it this one?
No.
No.
The other one.
This is
The
5.
other
The other one. Good. So the last one is the fish shop. How many fat fish?
6.
6.
6. Yes. Okay, you've done well. Good job. So you still remember the story, yeah? So Timmy went to the baker shop, butchers, and then fruit shop and fish shops, yeah? Is it the end of the story? Do you think it is the end?
No.
No. Do you think there will be problem? Will he go home safely?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. Can you guess what kind of problem that might come?
He needs a vegetable.
Actually, he needs vegetable, he forgets. But that's not in the list, in the shopping list. Wasn't it? There is no vegetable in the shopping list.
Go home.
All of them is mixed.
He forget to get
Okay.
money.
Maybe he forgets something. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's see the next story. What happened to Timmy? On the way home, Timmy met, what did he meet? What's this?
Duckling.
The duck.
On the way home, Timmy met a duckling. And the duckling said, Dova, what the duckling said?
I am hungry.
I'm hungry.
Hungry. Okay, what will Timmy do?
Timmy
Run away.
Timmy ran away? No. Timmy is a kind boy. So he gave the duck, what did he give?
bread.
Bread.
Okay, how much bread did he give?
3
Loaves of bread.
bread.
So Timmy gave the duck 2 loaves. What happened next? Will he meet someone else?
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. What's next? Who will
Cat,
he meet next?
maybe.
Cat.
Maybe cat. Any other animal?
A cat.
A dog.
The dog probably. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes. Well done, Ibu Dahlia. A dog. So what did the dog say?
I'm hungry.
Yes, I'm hungry. And Timmy gave the dog
The sausages.
sausages. How many sausages?
12.
12 sausages.
All of them?
Timmy gave the dog 12 sausages. Can you guess? What will Timmy meet next? What animal?
Cat.
Cat. No,
A
it's a
donkey.
donkey. So Timmy met a donkey. And the donkey said,
I'm hungry.
Give me your food.
and Timmy gave
Your-
5 apples.
5 apples. Then you can guess the last animal that Timmy met. What's that?
Cat.
Cat. Timmy met a cat. And the cat said,
I'm
hungry. And Timmy gave the cat
the fish.
fat fish. So, what will Timmy's mom say?
Where all the
Is that his?
Where's the
The things that you
Grocery.
buy.
Things that you buy. Oh, next time we should go together. Okay. Big applause for Bibi and Mommy. Do you enjoy the story? Give me your thumbs up. So you didn't predict actually that Timmy will bring nothing home, yeah? Okay, so now it's come for us to discuss what we have learned. I mean, the sequence of the lessons, yeah, just now. What learning modalities? Uh-oh, it's not the end yet. Hey, what learning modalities are accommodated? And what differentiated instruction can you make from the lesson? Okay, just focus on the first question, yeah? If you like, you can discuss with a partner. If you know, you can just make a private chat. I'm going to give you like around 3 minutes. Just think about what learning modalities are accommodated in this mini lesson. Remember, we start the lesson by singing fingers. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers. And then we use the numbers in the story to help Timmy shops, okay? So I give you 3 minutes. You may talk to your partner that you like. You can private message them and then discuss what are learning modalities. Remember whether the visual, auditory, or kinesthetic, or tactile even. And you may also relate that to multiple intelligences. What kind of intelligences are accommodated through these activities as well? We have 1 more minute, and then let's go back and discuss. Okay. Let's discuss. Now, anyone who would like to contribute? What learning modalities are accommodated in the lesson, in the mini lesson? You may raise your hand. There is no right or wrong. Yes, Hanina. Turn on your microphone and tell us.
Okay, I think the learning modalities from the mini lessons are visual, auditory, and also kinesthetic, because in kinesthetic, in the first lesson, we are singing a song together and gerak
Use
jari
our
kita,
fingers.
use
Yeah.
our fingers, and then the visual, we see the picture about Timmy and the storyline. And then auditory, there is a story, Timmy's story. Maybe that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Hanina. Yes, so actually the 3 learning modalities are used in this lesson. Yeah, you are right. Using kinesthetic and tactile fingers. Also the pictures, when you can see my slides where Timmy goes shopping and all the things that he bought, and also auditory listen to the story, and also the song, don't forget that. The song is also listening to rhythm. Anything else that you would like to add? Teman-teman, go ahead. Oh, You may raise your hand or you just turn on your microphone. Tadi Agnia ya? Hanina. Okay, now Agnia. Go ahead, Agnia.
I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I think learning modalities is vocabularies, grammar, and pronunciation. Yeah, like that.
Okay, so the focus is on learning vocabularies and pronunciation. That's right. In different kind of activities, yeah?
Yes.
Which activities do you like most, Agnia?
I like when grazing the what's it? The animals.
Guessing the animals. You have to predict what will come next. So you didn't actually predict the problem will be Timmy meet some animals and finally just give everything to those animals. He is very kind, right? But is it right or wrong? Mommy will be very upset and disappointed. Right. Now, thank you, Agnia. How about others? What is your comment when you have to go to quizzes and then go to learning apps? What kind of learning modalities or intelligences are being accommodated there? Any thought on that? Anyone? Ingat gak tadi ada yang I like playing video games ya. Itu yang visual juga terbantu. Did you enjoy the activities using online tools like learning apps? Yes. Because with online platform, we can also use that with our students. Even in the classroom, we can also use that. Yeah, if students have access to the gadgets. That's what the tactile students, they can also have some physical activities using that. But of course, we can have different kind of activities in the face-to-face classroom. You can, for example, ask the students to match the items and the shops, and they have to walk from one corner in the room to another one. That also can involve physical activities. It will be useful for students who are kinesthetic. Yeah. Okay, so any other that you would like to comment? All right, thank you very much. Then that concludes my presentation, and I'll give it back to Ibu Dahlia. So if you have any question and anything, you may ask. Yes, Ibu Dahlia.
Okay, thank you very much, Ibu Ika. That was a very inspiring lesson. And one thing I noticed is the contextuality of the materials, because contextual learning is something that I mentioned to these students over and over again in every single meeting, because I understand that not all of them had good experience of learning English as young learners, and many of them just learns names of fruits and then the Indonesian translation. But with this mini lesson, I hope they can finally see that this is the appropriate way of teaching English to young learners. Thank you once again, Ibu. Well, teman-teman, we still have 5, tapi ya mungkin lebih 10 menit nggak apa-apa lah ya. Let's have the last 15 minutes for question and answer session. Jadi kalau ada yang ingin bertanya, boleh diketik langsung di chat box, boleh juga raise your hands and open your mic. Silakan. Boleh ditanyakan apapun yang mungkin supaya lebih jelas, atau ingin berkomentar juga boleh tentang lessonnya. What you learn best from the simulation we did just now.
You may use English or bahasa Indonesia, it's up to you.
Yes, betul. Silakan, boleh diketik di chat box, boleh juga kalau yang malas ngetik langsung saja kayak tadi, raise your hand and open your mic. Boleh, teman-teman?
Malu-malu. Kalau udah ada satu pertanyaan biasanya jadi panas.
Betul.
Nah, ini udah ada pertanyaan nih.
Dari Valda. Nih, cara menghadapi anak yang hyperaktif bagaimana? Hyperaktif itu ini ya, apa namanya, agak ambiguous kalau menurut saya, apakah hyperactive yang memang ada kondisi tertentu atau memang anaknya yang sangat aktif, because
Yeah.
they require different
Yeah.
treatment.
Yes, they are. But I might guess yang dimaksud oleh Valda mungkin
Valda.
tadi yang anaknya yang nggak bisa diem gitu kan, ada banyak yang anak
Yeah.
yang nggak bisa diem. Kalau untuk yang kasus-kasus agak ekstrim biasanya memang perlu ada pendamping. But usually in our class we always have some students who are very very active, running around in the class. Tadi seperti saya sampaikan, itu berarti memang memerlukan physical activities. So in differentiated instruction you can, for example, bikin the lesson, especially with that students, misalnya ada kegiatan yang involve physical activities. Misalnya, you can also throw balls. Let's invite him or her in front of the class, and ini kalau yang physical yang di face to face classroom ya. And we can ask him to throw the ball to select one of his friends to respond to some questions. Begitu. Itu kalau memang masih bisa integrate. Tapi misalnya ini anak masih memang sangat berlebihan, you can also put him somewhere in the corner and then ask him to count some of the items in the classroom, but he has to run from one corner to another, for example, or merely stand and then squat, stand and then squat. So because those students need to release their energy.
Exactly.
Just give them some times, and after that, after they release some energy, pasti kan agak capek juga dia. Once they are a bit tired, then we can take him back to the group and then work and sit quietly with others. So I think that is one of the example how we can differentiate activities in the classroom, yeah, with so many students. Basically, those students are really active and they need to release their energy. So we just think about some physical activities for those students. Yeah, I hope that can answer. But obviously we need to think about lots of other variables as well, just like Ibu Dahlia mentioned.
Ya, jadi bukannya dihukum, disuruh diem, karena itu justru bikin,
tersiksa.
Ya betul. Thank you Ibu. Any other question? Nah, ini banyak Miss berdatangan.
Ya, udah mulai panas kan.
From Hafiz. How we can make range of some distinct activities, how to decide and take them into account. I think the ways are to overcome students' focus due to their short attention span, but I feel confused how to practice.
Yeah, right. Just like what I did in my mini lesson, I try to provide different kind of activities, but the focus of the learning, just like what who mentioned earlier, actually on the vocabulary, numbers, and some items, and then how to pronounce. Yeah, I want them to listen to the vocabularies and the pronunciation. But using different kind of activities. For adults, there's a research saying that we tend to have, actually it's not only with the kids having short attention span, apalagi sekarang zaman digital senangnya instan, scroll cepet banget gitu ya, video yang lebih dari 1 menit kita malas ngelihatnya gitu kan, langsung skip. So actually it's not only for young learners, even adults. The rules or the tips that I usually have is that limit my talking time to 15 minutes max, and then let the talking be the student's turn. Yeah, so I will make variety. 15 minutes I explain things, and then 15 minutes the students work on their own. I give them time to talk or to discuss. But perhaps for 15 minutes for kids, maybe kids need shorter than that. So it depends on how much time you have in your lesson. Maybe you can make it short, like every 10 minutes, you change from calm activities to physical activities. You have some stir up activities like that. The difference between adult and young learners is that you can control your behavior, right? Even though you actually want to run around, but you won't do that in the classroom. Because as adult, you can control yourself, but the kids, they don't have self-control. They don't have they don't have enough self-control yet, yeah, because they haven't developed that kind of skill. So try to have some variety of activities. Think about the time as well. So I would suggest every 10 minutes you change the type of activities, yeah.
Thank you, Ibu. Hafiz, I hope that answer your question. Masih ada pertanyaan dari Rais. Selanjutnya ada yang raising hands juga, 2 orang. Kita ke Rais dulu mungkin. Kalau yang belajar di TK atau PAUD, lalu ditinggal sama orang tuanya suka nangis, itu harus diapakan?
Ini mah jadi pelajaran psikologi pendidikan mungkin. Yeah, I think we have to be consistent. Kids need routine. Routine is very important. So make sure that that the kid, I mean, we have to be disciplined and talk to the parents that they have to be like tega ya, tinggalin aja gitu. Jangan nanti dikit lagi orang tuanya masih ngintip-ngintip, itu nggak akan selesai-selesai masalahnya. So every day we have to be quite strict with the kids. So the routine, and then we tell them that this is now you are. I mean, you grow now, and then you can have more friends. It's time for you to play with your friends, or something like that. But make sure that the parents nggak pakai ngintip-ngintip lagi di kelas. And you have to make that, you have to ensure the routine consistently every day, like that, ya.
Ya, oke. Briefing dulu di rumah ya, dibiasakan dulu. Kalau perlu role play dulu. Oke, next kita ke Fikri. Silakan Fikri, kemudian Fauzia, ada Tama, Marisa, dan satu lagi pertanyaan. Oh bener nih, panas nih Bu.
Iya.
Fikri, your
Okay.
question please.
Thank you for the opportunity, Miss. Okay, so firstly, I want to tell a story about my experience. So last February, I went to Wakatobi, Southeast Sulawesi, for about 2 weeks there for a volunteering activity. And I was expecting to teaching English, but in SDN 01 at that time, but surprisingly, there are no English teacher there. So the children's in that island is so so strange, and they didn't even know about the basic English, like how to count from 1 to 10. So it is really hard to me to teach English in a fun way. So we just trying to play a game that consists of new vocabularies, something kind of like that, and also and even they didn't fluent in Bahasa Indonesia, because in daily life they only use Kaledupa language, which is their tribe's language. So my question is, how we introduce English to a young learners that live in the remote island, because they didn't even have English teacher. So how we can introduce first there to a foreign language, such as in this case is English. So and I think English is important to teach there, because like Wakatobi is one of the most amazing tourism sites. So a lot of tourists go there. So I think that's important to teach for young learners there. Thank you very much, Miss.
Ibu, you are still mute.
Sorry, yes. So I envy you, Vikri. Actually, I want to go there as well, yeah. But you actually made very good point that we can also make highlight to the students that here you have very beautiful place, many foreigner comes, and then you can actually make make some money out of it. If you can use English, maybe they can motivate them. Maybe it's not for very, very young learners, yeah. Maybe for grade 5 or grade 6, maybe it will make more sense to them if you say that. Or you can welcome the foreigner to come to your place. So when you teach them, you can start with the things close to their area. So you talk about the beach, don't talk about mountain, maybe if it is too far. Talk about what they can do in the beach, yeah. Introduce them the word like surf, surfing, and then you can also say how I believe tourists would like to know where they need to eat, right? Where they can find accommodation. So try to focus, make it more specific, relevant to their context, like that. But what about if they don't have Bahasa Indonesia? It depends on your role. Is your role as English teacher or as Bahasa Indonesia teacher? If you are paid to teach them English, then just focus on that and don't think too much about whether they have their Bahasa Indonesia or not. Because I believe most Indonesia, we are capable of learning more than one language at one time. I believe you speak Sundanese, Bahasa Indonesia, you speak English, and we are fine. But the focus is on the spoken, yeah. Maybe for younger learners, it would be a bit confusing when it comes to written language. It's better for the students to understand their mother tongue written language first before they learn about foreign language. But it's debatable actually, and I believe with human being in humans' capacity in learning so many things. Yeah. So Fikri, I hope that you can go back there and then you can teach in many places and then you can make a difference for the kids throughout Indonesia. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe the goal will be different from just teaching them the English, yeah? It's to inspire them, to make them think that English is also important for them to have the ability. Thank you, Ibu. Now let's go to Fauzia.
Yeah.
Make it short, ya, Fauzia.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Kalau saya bertanya, kalau tadi kan tentang siswa yang hiperaktif. Nah, bagaimana kalau misalkan siswanya itu tidak mau belajar gitu kan? Di satu sisi kita ingin mereka di sekolah itu belajar, tapi tidak bisa juga memaksa mereka gitu. Nah, kalau seperti itu bagaimana gitu?
Ya, tadi belajarnya berarti harus in a fun way ya, seperti nggak belajar gitu. Kayak tadi juga kan nggak, oke, sekarang kita belajar vocabulary. Jadi udah takut. Kalau tadi kita sambil yuk kita bantu ini yuk gitu ya, in a fun way. So I think just like Fikri juga bilang tadi, susah kalau ngajarin, karena mungkin ngajarin tuh kayak semuanya duduk tenang, terusnya menjelaskan ini ada 4 vocabulary atau 5 atau 10 vocabulary yang kamu harus hafalkan, gila pronunciation-nya. Belum apa udah susah gitu. Udah males ya. Tapi buat seperti tadi dengan bernyanyi gitu, bercerita, dan ceritanya juga kalau kitanya terus ngedongeng once upon a time langsung legenda gitu. Waduh, berat. Tadi ceritanya juga simple banget dan yang diulang-ulang adalah vocabulary yang ingin kita ajarkan. Jadi kita cari cara supaya si vocabulary-nya itu gak cuma diajarin list of vocabulary and then ask them to memorize. It will be hard and not interesting. Ya, jadi tadi tekniknya bisa dipakai tuh yang tadi mini lesson. Lewat lagu, kan lagu bisa diulang-ulang. Dan mungkin satu pertemuan cuma bisa 1 lagu, besoknya baru cerita gitu ya. Jadi nggak harus punya target yang banyak. Jadi dengan kurikulum Merdeka yang sekarang ini sebetulnya lebih fleksibel. Bukan materi yang harus harus tercakup. You can cover all the materials. No, actually the competence. Kita ingin membangun kompetensi siswanya. Karena pengen dia bisa pronouncing and feel confident, cukup dengan bernyanyi dengan pronunciation yang baik dan dia tahu maknanya, mungkin udah cukup dulu itu. Jadi targetnya nggak banyak-banyak ya.
Okay, thank you, Ibu. I hope that answers your question ya, Fauzia ya. Memang banyak yang harus dipertimbangkan. Harus menyiapkannya juga. It's a very simple lesson, tapi persiapannya tidak simple sama sekali.
Tidak, di belakang itu jungkir balik dikit ya. Tapi lama-lama juga guys ya, kalau kita sudah terbiasa itu juga akan mudah dan bisa kita recycle materi-materi yang sudah dibuat. Team teaching is very important because we can share the burden. Ya, jadi team teaching, ya, collaboration.
Is it okay, Bu? Masih ada 3 penanya lagi nih.
Silakan, mumpung.
Bener. Silakan, Tama.
Thank you, Miss, for the invitation.
Tama itu di mana gelap?
I'm at my course. Jadi the question from me is, I don't know if it applies to all young learners, but young learners that I majority meet, are afraid in speaking English because they're afraid. They're afraid in making mistakes and something like that. The question is how the strategy for we as a teacher to encourage our students to do mistakes, to do errors in English in terms of encouraging them in language acquisition, because I believe that mistake is important. We have not to be all the time correct. So that is the question, Miss. Thank you.
That's okay. Karena takut tuh karena tiba-tiba begitu. Kalau misalnya, what's your name? Sama, misalnya tiba jawabnya gitu. No, wrong answer. Wrong answer. My name is Tama. Itu takut anak-anak ya. Jadi kalau misalnya what's your name? Tama. Berarti itu tergantung learning objektifnya apa. If we want them to understand the question, that's enough when Tama answer just Tama. Yang penting tahu artinya. Ya, jadi kita bisa seperti itu. Kalau misalnya ada anak-anak melakukan kesalahan, tadi misalnya contohnya ada yang salah gitu ya. Timmy went to the fish shop and bought, misalnya Timmy went to the fish shop and buy, nggak bilang, salah, kayak di TikTok gitu, yang salah gitu. Enggak, itu pasti menakutkan kalau begitu. Tapi kita bilangnya, we just repeat ya. Oke, Timmy went shopping and bought, repeat after me, bought, nanti dan diulang-ulang. Jadi kita mengoreksi dengan tidak mengatakan salah, just give them the correct example. Jadi gitu. Memang they need to make mistakes, tapi kita mistake juga jangan dibiarkan. Tapi bukan berarti mistake harus disalah-salahin dan dimarah-marahin, bukan seperti itu, ya. So actually we have done that earlier. Terus untuk praktisnya juga kan lama-lama kita kasih contoh dulu. Kan waktu pertama saya bercerita, Timmy went to the bakers and bought 2 loaves of bread. Nggak ada yang ngikutin. Yang kedua, udah ada beberapa yang mulai ngikutin. And then I ask you to repeat after me, and afterwards, udah banyak yang mulai pede. Asalnya cuma kasih contoh satu. What did the duck say? I am hungry. Terus nanti pas ketemu lagi, so Timmy met a donkey. So what did the donkey say? I am hungry. Jadi ikut juga practicing. Tanpa harus kita nakut-nakutin dan seperti sebuah tes gitu ya. Karena kalau di tes itu yang suka menakutkan. Ini it's part of the telling the story. Dan gurunya juga kadang keceletot salah, and they can see, oh it's okay. Salah tinggal diperbaiki. Gitu ya. Because even the teacher can make mistake. Right?
Ya, berarti harus berhati-hati dalam memberikan scaffoldingnya juga ya Bu ya. Jangan sampai intimidating bikin mereka takut salah.
Betul.
Okay, thank you Marisa, please.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Miss. So I have a question related to teaching materials. As a newbie teachers, maybe someday, I have a question. What should I teach first in English for young learners? Because some article says that when we teach first numbers and alphabet, it's kind of effective. But the others article saying that it's not effective. So what's your opinion about this?
Yes, there's always a debate, yeah, whether we need to introduce alphabets or not. I think you need to look at is the learning objectives. What are the goals? Go back to that. Kalau ngajarin alfabet emang mau ngapain sih? Buat apa? Buat apa di komunikasinya? Kalau ke anak kelas 1 SD, apakah aduh boro-boro ya, ABCD bahasa Indonesia juga susah. Terus diajarin alfabet ABC, A, B, C, D, E, F. Ya biar fun aja, Miss. Nggak cukup. Ya, so don't teach English just because it is for fun. So that's not enough. Fun is important, but that's not the goal. Goalnya adalah tadi ke kompetensi berkomunikasi. Misalnya tadi mini lesson yang tadi. Ada numbers kan, kemampuannya untuk, tadi sebetulnya untuk membentuk kemampuan listening siswa, mengidentifikasi numbers, sama main vocabulary ketika belanja ya, in the context of shopping. Like that. So we can introduce number. Number is important there. Because we want them to understand, bisa matching number sama quantity-nya. Jadi cognitively, dia tahu yang disebut 2 itu tadi ada 2 pieces ya. Seperti itu. And how to say it in English. 2. So I would say, you don't have to be confused with the debate. Just go back to the learning objectives. What is it that you want to teach? You cannot teach so many things at one lesson. Bahkan cuman bisa, ini juga perlu asumsinya pembelajaran tadi adalah anak-anak sudah pernah belajar numbers sebelumnya. Ya, makanya bisa tahu 2 loaves of bread dan lain sebagainya. Yang baru mungkin tadi loaves of bread, fat fish, seperti itu, atau nama-nama tokonya yang baru. Tapi numbers itu udah pernah diajarkan sebelumnya, gitu ya. So you focus on what are the learning goals or learning objectives.
Mungkin dilema ini dihadapi oleh banyak guru privat ya Bu ya, yang tidak punya kurikulum yang fix begitu. Jadi they need to design their own lesson, they need to decide the material, decide the objective themselves. Tapi sebetulnya kan banyak sekali buku bahasa Inggris yang bagus yang mungkin bisa jadi acuan begitu meskipun mereka tidak mengajar di sekolah.
Betul. Nah, itu sebabnya pentingnya storytelling. Bawa cerita, dilihat. Jadi kita bercerita yuk. Nah, as teachers we can identify what are the main vocabulary there. What can we do to help students to understand the story. Jadi itu vocabnya masuk dan gak harus urutannya dari number dan lain sebagainya. Tergantung lihat di teks itu, di story itu ada apa. Itu saja dimulai gitu. Karena nggak ada aturan atau ceritanya bahwa kita dulu belajar bahasa Indonesia waktu baru belajar ngomong tuh umur 2 tahunan kita diajarin ngitung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, enggak kan. Bisa manggil mama, papa, mama, ya kan. Hal-hal yang memang untuk berkomunikasi, we ask for information, we ask for good, for things sebetulnya, exchanging things. Baru jumlahnya berapa, then we talk about numbers. Ya.
Yeah. Betul sekali, selalu look back ke pengalaman waktu pertama kali belajar bicara ya. Baik, thank you Marisa, hope that answers your question. Kita ke pertanyaan terakhir di chat box dari Fahru Al-Razi. How to deal with young learners who get bad influence from their social environment, such as speaking bad words and misbehaving, begitu. Kembali ke psikologi pendidikan.
Saya ada satu cerita yang menarik banget tentang harsh words gitu ya. Jadi tiap ada kata yang buruk kita masukkan ke awan. Dan awan itu lama-lama jadi semakin pekat karena banyak banget yang itu banyak kata-kata yang buruk dan berdampak pada feeling yang menjadi negatif. So maybe you can bring that to one story about harsh words and we say that if you get harsh words, how do you feel? Relate ke feeling. Jadi nggak pakai diomongin gini. Kamu kalau ngomong kata kasar masuk neraka loh. Nah, belum apa-apa tuh kayaknya Tuhan kejam amat gitu ya. So we don't need to make some threats like that. Tapi relate aja ke keseharian mereka. Kalau dibilangin kata-kata yang kasar, kebun binatang keluar semua, how do you feel? Do you feel happy about it? Or apa? Tapi mungkin ada anak-anak yang nyeleng, biasa-biasa aja, senang aja. Nah, kalau yang kayak gitu-gitu saya biasanya suka bawa dengan sebuah cerita so they can make empathy towards others, ya, ada karakternya. Saya lupa ceritanya apa, but that's very interesting. Bahkan ada anak yang berbohong juga dulu, anak saya kalau bohong saya tahu dia berbohong, dia habis coret-coret tembok, terus nempelin tepung di tembok gitu kayak gajah dan lain sebagainya. Nggak mau ngaku dong, dan saya juga nggak mau marah-marah. And then I told her story about a boy who cried wolf. Tahu kan? Yang pakai cerita, jadi dari cerita dia bisa mendapatkan hikmahnya gitu, dan nggak usah habis cerita what is the moral value, dia langsung ngerasa kok sebenarnya bahwa oh iya kalau bohong berkali-kali orang nggak akan percaya sama dia gitu ya. So bring story to them and tell about the bad or negative effect of what tadi yang kalau using harsh words itu lewat cerita ketimbang itu langsung neraka aja ya gitu. Tapi we tell them it's not nice because it gives bad effect ya ke orang yang dikatai seperti itu, dan orang yang mendengarnya juga nggak enak gitu.
Ya, betul. Betul ya, story adalah salah satu strategi yang bisa dipakai ya untuk mengajarkan karakter education.
Yeah, that's right.
Apalagi orang Indonesia kan senang ngobrol ya Bu ya.
Oh iya, ngobrol. Terus sedikit-sedikit swearing, nyelap-nyelip kalau sama teman dekat ya.
Alright, sudah 10 menit kurangnya dari jam 11, kita sudah overtime 20 menit. So we have reached the end of our session today. Izinkan saya untuk menambahkan sedikit conclusion lah ya. So in differentiated instructions for emancipated learning itu, we need to consider the 4 or 3 learning modalities: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic as well as tactile. So we can accommodate everyone's learning style and also everyone's intelligence. And therefore, we have to make sure that the material is contextual and then the activities are interesting for them to follow. Ya, itu intinya. Terima kasih banyak Ibu Ika. Teman-teman boleh berikan applauding reaction-nya untuk Ibu Ika dan untuk diri kalian sendiri juga for being great audience, keren sekali. Terima kasih, pertanyaannya bagus-bagus. Ibu jangan bosan ya Bu, main ke UIN ya.
Aduh, jadi seperti rumah kedua nih di UIN. Boleh sambil foto dulu nggak Bu Dahlia?
Oh iya, boleh. Boleh. Sebentar.
Yuk dibuka kameranya teman-teman.
Buka dong kameranya teman-teman. Oke, agak lama prosesnya ya, karena ini ada banyak slide. Start from the first slide. 1, 2, 3. Kemudian, sebentar. The second
kereta
slide.
api juga.
Ya nih, second slide. 1, 2, 3. The third slide, ada 9. Mohon bersabar. The fourth slide. The fifth. The sixth. The seventh. And the last one. Tadi 9, sekarang tinggal 8 ternyata. Oke. Terima kasih banyak Ibu Ika dan teman-teman. Kalau yang ingin menonton lagi atau ingin menyimak lagi mini lesson yang tadi sudah disampaikan oleh Ibu Ika, bisa dilihat di YouTube Prodi ya, karena sesi hari ini kita live stream juga, and you can always rewatch it anytime you want. Thank you very much Ibu. Ibu Nia, alhamdulillah kita sudah selesai. Ibu Nia sudah berpindah tempat.
Boleh minta link ke YouTube-nya juga ya Bu Dahlia?
Siap Bu. Mau sekarang atau nanti saya kirim aja?
Iya boleh, nanti kirim ke web.
Ya baik, terima kasih Ibu Nia. Ada yang mau disampaikan atau kita sudahi saja? Silakan.
Cukup. Terima kasih Bu Ika. Sudah lihat
Sama-sama.
Ya terima kasih banyak teman-teman.
Ya, assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih semuanya.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.